Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to demonstrate how we can configure an IPsec tunnel between two FortiGate firewalls. So as you can see, these two locations are completely separated, and in this side we have the head office side, and this is one of the branches. So in the head office side I have the LAN network with Windows Server and one PC, and it is in the VLAN 20. And in the branch side I have the VLAN 50 with one Windows PC. So at the end of the lab I should be able to access this Windows server from this Windows 7 PC in the branch side. So that is the whole purpose of an IPsec tunnel, which we access the resources over a different network, over a public network with security. So first let's configure these VLANs in the switch. I will name it as DME set. That is the only VLAN in the switch. So now I can access the interface and assign the interfaces to the VLAN. So I need to assign these two interfaces, E00 and E02. The other interface is E02. Now I need to configure this trunk port which is connected to the firewall. Trunk port is E01, as you can see. First make sure there are no VLANs assigned to this trunk. So that is the only configurations I had to do in this switch. So you can see our VLAN is here, VLAN ID 20 and name DMSN, and I have assigned E00 and E02 interfaces to it. Make sure you save these configurations. Let's access the switch in the branch side. Taking so much time. Okay, so in here also we need to create another VLAN. which is the 01, and enable the .1 queue. Make sure there are no VLANs already allowed to this trunk port. That is it. So there is our VLAN, and make sure you save the configurations in this switch as well. Okay. Now let's move into these routers. Hope you can hear what I'm saying. Okay. Go into the enable mode and configuration terminal. First see if it has taken an IP from DHCP. IP interface brief. It is taken 105.140 for this interface, which is I connected with the VG network setting with VMware. I think you know the what is happening, how to connect these networks with the VMware and the VG. If you don't, please search in YouTube. There are tons of videos how you can configure this. Not a big deal. So now you need to assign this IP to this interface E01. So first go into that interface and IP address 125 and 110.35.49. 49, and it is /30, which is 252. Make sure you run the no shutdown command. So that is it. I forgot to mention, first check if you have internet access in this router. Yes, we have the internet access. Also see the IP address you assigned. There it is, and save the configurations. Okay, now go into the router in the branch side. And do the same. There we have an IP address in the 00. First check if you have internet access. I need to run two command when running these commands within the configuration terminal. I have the internet access, and now I can assign the IP address to the interface E01, this interface. For this IP address, I hope you know that we can use any IP address as this is a lab setup. So go into the E01 and assign the IP address. It is the 145.122.10.28. /30. Red mask. I think this IP address may be not usable. Let's check 29. Yeah, that is okay. Yes, we have the IP addresses and save the configurations, and edit here. We need to edit the IP address used. Then here should be 10.30. Okay, now we can access the firewalls. Don't misunderstand with this cloud, these two clouds. These two are for the access the firewall GUI. You will see it when I'm doing that. So I don't have password in the first login. Okay, now run this command to see if it has taken an IP from the DHCP for the port 3, so I can access the firewall's GUI from that IP. Get system interface physical. So it is not because the port 3 mode is static, so you need to change it to DHCP. To do that, run this command config system interface and edit port 3. Set mode DHCP. Set allow access HTTPS, HTTP, ping, SSH. That is it. Next and end. Okay. Hope what I did here you understand. I just enable the DHCP on the port 3 and allow these services in this port, so we can access the files GUI. Otherwise we don't have, if we not enable HTTPS, we don't have access to the GUI. Now you can run this command again to see if it has taken an IP. Here we have the IP. Now we can access the firewalls GUI using that IP. Login using your passwords. Let's take this firewall as well, so that will be easier. In this also there should be an IP address taken automatically, because you see the previous one. Yes, you need to change the mode to static from to DHCP. So do that. Config system interface and go into the port. Edit port 3. Set mode DHCP. Allow access to HTTPS, HTTP, ping and SSH. Now run this command again. Okay, don't worry if it has not taken an IP, it may take some time. So here we have the IP 192.10. It is 105 and 142. Now we have access to the both head office firewall and branch firewall. First, edit the host name of this firewall so it is easier to identify which firewall. So this is the branch firewall, and this is the head office firewall. Now I can set up the interfaces in the firewall. So in the head office firewall, I need to set the VLAN and the WAN interfaces. So first, make the WAN interface, which is this interface, which is that connected to the router. So in the port 1, I will make that ISP head office, and it is the WAN 125.110.35.50. Okay. You can check whether the firewall has internet access. It has internet access, but don't misguide it from this, because here it has the internet access through this port, which is I used to access the firewall GUI. But in a real scenario, it wouldn't be like that. You need to have a default gateway to the router, and you should access the internet through the router's IP. If you check in here where you accessing the internet, you can see that I'm going to 1052 directly, which is from this cloud. So I need to correct that. To do that, I need to first need to disable the DHCP from the management port. Now I will lose the internet access. You can check it. There it goes. I have no internet access now. To get back the internet access, I need to add the default route here to the router side. So the interface is this WAN side interface, which is this interface, and I need to add the gateway as the router's IP, which is this interface IP. Okay, now if you check the internet access again, I have the internet access and I am accessing it through the router. There it goes. It first goes into the router's IP where this interface 35.49, then it accesses the cloud, access the internet through the UNG cloud. Okay, now do the same in the branch firewall as well. I have the WAN interface in port 1. The IP is this 145.122.10.30. It is 122. disable the DHCP from this management port as well. I'm doing this because otherwise the firewall will access the internet through that management port and add the default route to the router side. IP should be 10.29. which is the router's IP. I hope you get that right. To access the internet, first you need to go into this interface. So that will be our default router. I have the internet access, and now we need to create that LAN network. It is a VLAN, so go into the interfaces and create new interface. I gave it as the name DMZ and the VLAN. It should be accessed from this port 2. So choose that port 2 and VLAN ID use this VLAN 20. IP should be 10.10.10.1. And I will give a DHCP as well. So the server will take an IP from here automatically. So yeah, that's it. Now if you expand this, you can see that created VLAN. Do the same in the branch firewall as well. Create new interface, and it should access also from the port 2. What's name I gave it to? HR, right? Yeah. And the VLAN ID is 50. IPs should be 50 to 51. Okay. Now we are in the process of configuring the most important part of this video, which is the IPsec tunnel. Before configuring an IPsec tunnel, first make sure you have the connectivity to the other side firewall's remote public IP. So we are configuring the IPsec tunnel with that public IP. If we don't have that public IP accessibility, first correct that. So we are in the head office firewall, and let's try to ping this IP. I don't have access. It is because I need to add the route from the within the routers to make this accessible. So go into the head office router and see the router table. I need to add the routing here. IP route 145.122 10.0. It is the subnet mask, and the gateway should be this should be the gateway. Oh my bad, I should take this IP as the gateway. Which is the 152. There, now I have established the connectivity with this interface. I need to do the same in the branch side router as well. Add IP route. And the gateway should be 105.140. Let's check the connectivity. I have the connectivity and save the configurations you did in both routers. Okay, now check the connectivity back in the firewall. I have access to the branch side firewall's public IP from the head office firewall. Check this same in the branch firewall as well. what is the public IP in the head office firewall? 125.110.35.50. Yep, I have the access. Now we can go ahead and make the IPsec tunnel. So now we can start configuring the IPsec tunnel between the two firewalls. So first I am in the head office firewall. But mostly it is recommended to create the tunnel using the custom method, because by going through wizard it will sometimes cause some errors, but it will have less chances of errors when you configuring it through the custom. So here I will give it some name, branch access. There are three options: static IP address, dial-up user, dynamic DNS. In here I will use the static IP address, and the remote gateway is the branch side firewall's public IP, which is this one, 145.122.10.30. And the interface is the this firewall's public interface port, which is this one. You can see that, right? The tunnel is created through created between this interface and this interface. So keep this as it is, and the authentication will be through the pre-shared key. Give it a pre-shared key in here, and remember that, because you have to use the same pre-shared key in the when you are creating the tunnel in the other firewall. I will use the IK version 2, and here the encryption and authentication methods. So the local address should be this firewall's LAN network, which is the 10.10 network. And the remote address is what we are accessing through the public, which is this one, 50.0. Okay, so that is it. Now create the tunnel in the branch side firewall. Custom tunnel, and it will be the method access. The public IP is 125.35.50. Use the same pre-shared key used in the other firewall. Make sure you use the same configurations in both the tunnels. So this MD5 I used there, and this SHA-512. Okay, so the remote local address in the branch firewall is this 50.0, and the remote address is 10.10.0. Okay, that is it. Since I created this using the custom mode, I have to add these routes and policies manually. If you create it using the wizard, they will be automatically added in the firewall. But here let's add it. So I need to add the static route. The interface will be our tunnel, created tunnel, this one. So the destination will be, I'm in the head office firewall. Destination should be 50 network. I also need to add the route in the branch firewall as well. Interface is the tunnel we created, and the destination is 10.10.0. Okay, so I also need to add the policy to allow traffic between the two networks. This is DME set to tunnel. I should allow traffic from this VLAN to go into this tunnel. So the incoming interface will be our VLAN, and the outgoing interface is the tunnel. No need to enable net since it is going through the tunnel. So yeah, I also need to add the reverse policy as well. Tunnel to DME set. I previously had DM from this network to the tunnel. Now I am adding a policy to tunnel to go this network DME sets. So it is same. You can OK the policy, enable. I need to add the policy in the branch firewall as well. Now the reverse policy. Here you can see that the tunnel is automatically went up because we added the necessary routes and policies. It will automatically bring itself up. Now we can check if the two networks are working as expected. I will try to access this Windows PC from this branch PC. I will first run an ipconfig command. So it has taken a 50 network IP. Here I can successfully ping the this Windows PC's IP. So the tunnel is working as expected. The traffic flow through the tunnel and access this. I can access this resource. If this doesn't work, please make sure the firewalls are you turn down, because otherwise it won't work. You need to turn down the firewalls in these PCs. So that is all for this lab. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment section. So have a nice day.